Welcome back to another episode. If you've been following along, you'll notice that there was a first customer build way back, way back when. How long's it been, Derek?
Months.
It feels like it's been at least a year and a half. No, but this has been in the works for a long time. As I peek over this mountain of computer parts, and this was a combination of looking at my testing, trying to decide which CPU and motherboard combination to go with. At the time we were planning all of this, AMD hadn't released the 9950 or the 9950 X3D. They're still excellent platforms, but I don't think he's going wrong here. We're going with an i9-14900K, the Z790 Aorus Master X motherboard. It's got extra temperature sensors on here, flow sensors for the coolant flow. We've got a couple different radiators from Alpha Cool. We've got a distro plate. I have not yet built a system, believe it or not, in the Lian Li lineup. So I've used a lot of thermal tape. I'm really interested in putting this one together. We're not going to drag this one out because I just really want to get this together for him. But there may be some pictures along the way. Follow along. I'll document this the best I can. But we're going to get busy. Stick around. This will be fun.
Okay, let's look at all of these parts and get them in the system, right? There's a lot of work here to do. A lot of good hardware here. I'll walk you very briefly through this install. If you're interested in learning how to delit a CPU, there is a video that's referenced in the upper left-hand corner. Please check that out. I did not go over step-by-step on how to do that, only that we did. I've featured the video of how to delit my i9-14900KS in my office rig. We want to make sure that when you do clean up, you can see it's cleaned up, there's clear polish over the components, and I'm getting ready to smooth out the liquid metal over the die. You have to put the liquid metal on both the die and the contact of the CPU plate. Once all of the things were in the motherboard, the memory, the SSDs, we got everything in there. That distro plate, really nice, it's a quality item, Clark. And then we finally decided on a GPU, the 5080. It took months, as you know, to supply. But why not take a part of brand new card and put a water block on it? I mean, that's just what you do, right? Well, we do in this channel anyway. But I've put several of these water blocks on, and this is a really quick synopsis. If you're interested in how a much more detailed installation of the GPU cooler, please check out some other videos on my channel. But that OEM cooler comes apart really easily. You take off these backplate screws, take out the connections, it pops right off of there. And then you just want to take your OEM pads and put them back on the cooler. So that you can put the cooler together and sure that up so you can put it back in your box, put it on the shelf, save that for a rainy day. After all, it's brand new. If you ever want to put the OEM cooler back on, I wouldn't know why you'd want to do that. But hey, you've got it just in case you want to reassemble it or sell it or anything here in the future. So now that we've getting all that squared away, now we need to take the water block apart, and all of the connections, everything is from the back plate. So you take all of the screws out of the back plate. You're going to reuse a few for the I/O panel from the OEM card, but most of the screws will be taken out of the back, and it's a really easy card to put together. Now, don't forget, guys, they ship this with some spacers to protect the cold plate. Not those spaces are important on the back plate. The cold plate spacers, take those off, throw those in the trash. You're not going to need them. You won't get good contact if you don't do this. So you remove those, and then you want to go ahead and put your pads onto the cold plate. Now, this is Derek's first attempt at putting one of these together, and just want to make sure we documented that well. Now, I got a close up here of this Dur knot. I like its performance, but I want to show you that the applicator is pretty much worthless. It's a thick paste and it doesn't spread with a darn compared to his other offerings. But it is a nice paste. So my advice is don't use that stupid applicator. Just squirt it onto the GPU because you're going to have to use the included spatula anyway. And it takes time to heat this paste up a little bit as you work it to get it to smooth out to a consistency and to the coverage that you want. And it's going to make you look like a noob. It's going to make you look like you've never done this before and you got 75 thumbs. But, just keep working the product, get it to where you're happy with the coverage and an even, thin coat. And then once you get it to your liking, you've got your pads in place, flip it over, and line up those screw holes. Now, there's no screws in there yet. You are going to put in the OEM, the IO panel, and get those started, and then everything else is going to be cinched down from the top. When you're placing your back plate on, you want to make sure that you get it lined up, and then just get all of the screws started, but go in a crisscross pattern. Even press onto the plate to get the front side and the back side pads a good squish there. These are small threads. You want to make sure you're going slow and easy, multiple passes to cinch this down evenly. Look at your PCB, make sure there's not bow, make sure you got good connection here, good contact on the front and back side. Put on your port covers to make sure you decide which way you're going to go in and out in terms of your water flow, and go ahead and set it up into your system. Looks really good. I really think that this turned out nice. I think he's got a system here that's going to be really nice to use years to come. The issue is you can see that the sensor panels don't work correctly on the Lian Li fans. Really struggled with this. But it looks great. How well does it perform? Performs really well. You got 99th percentile in just about everything. Now 2D mark, I don't know why it's 96. That's odd at the 2D mark. But everything else across the board, an excellent result. And I've run through here so that you can see all of the ratings and the test results here. Yeah, I think he's just going to have to touch base with Lian Li to figure out if he can get some replacements. I don't think they're functioning correctly despite multiple hubs, controllers, power supply connections, fresh install, only using the fresh install plus their software. Despite all of the safety nets that Intel's put in place, we've got almost 40,000 Cinebench score. That's a vid lock, that's undervolted, and I'm showing you that you still get your 6 gigahertz boost, and your vid didn't go over 1.4, it's 1.333. You've tried multiple benchmarks on top of each other, try to get it to go hot. 62 degrees on the CPU. GPU is still cool as a cucumber as well. It handles everything that you throw at it. Performs really well. The only downside is you can see he's got sensors on every one of these fans, and they don't all work, and the software doesn't even detect them all. They're all spinning. If you go into the device manager, it knows that there's X number of fans, but the sensors don't work right. So I just think he's got defective fans. He's going to reach out, try to get that squared away. If you've enjoyed this build, there's links in the description. There's ways to support this channel. I hope that you've enjoyed this build. I've tried to make this a quick and easy view, but at least let you see where we've been planning for the better part of 7-8 months. But it's finally together. I hope he enjoys it. I hope you've enjoyed this. There's more here on the channel. Stick around. Stay safe. God bless.